Hi guys, welcome you all. Very good morning. So thank you so much for participating in these sessions, especially for GK. Hello sir. Yeah, GK, welcome to my channel. And also Mr. BJ. Hi bro. I am in. Thank you so much for your support, Mr. BJ and GK. Yeah. We will start in a couple of minutes. So until we can wait for 2 more minutes, like till 11:40 a.m. we can wait. So after that, I will start the session. So as you are watching right currently, so there I have mentioned today agenda that is about part 2 of manual testing series. Okay. So if you want, you can note down all the points what I am telling. Okay, so that it will be very useful for you if you write at the same time when I'm explaining. Okay. Yeah, so we will wait for 1 more minute. So after that, we can start our actual session. Okay. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your love and support towards the channel. Actually, little bit delay, like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. I have come late, so because of I need to do some configurations, right, for every day before starting our actual session. So that's why it will take maximum 10 minutes of time. But I started already at 11:26 exactly. But it is taking more than 5 minutes for me to join for this session. Okay, so sorry for that guys. We will start, no issues. So because again if we start now, again some people are joining a bit delay, again they are expecting the concepts what we have discussed already in this session. Okay, so that's why I'm taking time. Before that, you people, if you have any questions, please let me know from the live chat. I will explain you all. Okay, whether it is from interview point of view or job related, or you are not getting interview calls, what you need to do. So likewise I will suggest you, if you have any queries. Okay, yeah, please ask me from the live chat guys. It will be always open for you before I am starting my session. Okay, you can utilize that time to interact with me. Once I started, in between people are trying to ask some questions. Okay, if that is the case, we are losing the flow where we are currently while explaining. Okay, try to understand. If you have any questions, I am giving you the time. So during that time you can clear all the doubts by asking to me. Okay, please try to understand. Okay, so now I'm going to start. Are we able to listen my voice properly, guys, or not? Please let me know in the live chat. If yes, we can start our session straight away. No issues. Are we able to listen my voice properly, guys, or not? Please let me know in the live chat. If yes, we can start our session straight away. No issues. Automation engineers are also writing a test cases, or they use from manual testers. Mr. BJ, yes, we can. Yes, we are able to listen. Yeah, actually, GK, what's happening here? Automation engineers are also writing a test cases, or they use from manual testers. Yes, actually, what these manual testers are taking the test cases from that Jira tool. So the same these people also can access, and they will do automation part. Okay, so not all the test cases, whatever the test cases which are automatable, those test cases only these automation testers are going to automate. Okay, where that is only possible from manual testing. Okay, if it is not done by, if it is not possible to do from automation testing, then that will do by manual testers. Okay, there are some limitations of Selenium, right? So where we cannot able to uh, validate the captcha and barcodes. Okay, these kind of scenarios which is tested by manually only by manual testers. Okay, yeah, are you clear, GK, about this question what you asked? So now I am going to start the session, our actual session now. So as I mentioned here, Are you able to see my screen, right? The notepad plus plus app I used here. Okay, so here I mentioned manual testing series of part 02. Okay, here I have mentioned manual testing series of part 02, as we have already discussed about these concepts. Okay, on yesterday's session we have discussed about these concepts, that is what is a testing and what to test in nowadays, and test the characteristics, manual testing, what a tester will do in his company, or what is the role of a tester, and introduction to testing. In that I discussed about project, what is a project, what is a product. At the same time I discussed about what is error and defect and failure, and also I provided you some note here. These error, defect and failure are interlinking with each other. Okay, if okay, that is about introduction to testing. And the last one here is verification and validation, also I explained in a clear way. So later I discussed about positive testing and negative testing, along with some examples of login page and also example of logout page by navigating to backward. Okay, these and all we covered on yesterday's tutorial. So now I am going to continue with my today tutorial, that is called as part 2 of manual testing series. Okay, please let me know once if you are able to see my screen of part 2 manual testing concepts. Okay, so here our today agenda is we are going to discuss about the first concept here, that is software testing principles. Okay, so then later we will discuss about software development lifecycle models and what are the different SDLC models we have. You can see here under that we have sequential models and incremental models. Okay, so first we will cover till this point. So later if time permits we can continue further as well for further concepts. I will try to complete maximum in this session. So later in afternoon session or evening session also we can connect, but I will update you when that session is going to be conducted, today evening or afternoon. Okay, so please guys, please, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to Selenium Tech Automation. Okay, where you can get useful content from our channel along with the detailed notes. If you want, you can note down at the same time while I am explaining. Okay, so we will continue our first one, that is called as software testing principles. So first let me open my notepad one more time, or else I can type here only, no issues, right? Okay, so here, so let me open a notepad application. It is already open, right? So let me take not this one, yeah, notepad app, and let me take this one. Yes, now you are able to see the empty notepad application, right? Notepad plus plus application. Okay, so here now I am going to write some software testing principles which are useful during our testing. Okay, so software testing principles. Okay, the first concept here is software testing principles. Okay, these are the software testing principles, so where every tester needs to know about these concepts. Okay, so here before going to start these software testing principles, if you have like ISTQB, that is called as International Software Testing Qualification Board, if you are already certified from this International Software Testing Qualified Board means, so it will give some weight for your resume. There are more chances to get more interviews. Okay, based upon this certification only many of the people are joining. Please note down that the certificate name here is, if you want you can search in Google as well. Okay, which will really helpful for you if you are starting your career from software testing engineering part. Okay, so here the certificate called as ISTQB certificate, which means international. Okay, international. Okay, international software testing. Okay, software testing qualification board. Okay, international software testing qualification board, right? International software testing qualification board. I think you are not able to see my remaining part where I typed, that is called as, wait, it is zoom out now. Let me decrease size. Yes, that is called as International Software Testing Qualification Board. This is a one certificate where every tester first to do this certification. Based upon this certificate, if you qualified means you will get more jobs compared to others who are holding this ISTQB certificate. Okay, so there are three levels of certificates you need to do. Okay, if you are going to attempt this certification means there are three levels. Okay, the first level here is foundation level, the next level here is advanced level, and the next level here is manager level. Okay, if you are beginning your career from testing point of view, you can go and have the certification in your hands. Under that, the first level for everyone is foundation level. Okay, you have to take this foundation level first, so later you can take advanced level, and the later you can take manager level as well. That is called as International Software Testing Qualification Board. Okay, that certificate name called as International Software Testing Qualification Board. Okay, it will be very useful if you have this certification with your hands, so that you can get more interview calls if you mention inside your Naukri or inside your resume. Okay, so please try to search for that one in Google once the session got completed. Okay, so now I am going to discuss about software testing principles. Okay, so what are the different software testing principles we have before going to start our actual testing? So here, software testing principles. Okay, software testing principles, right? Software testing principles is our first concept. Okay, so inside that we have various testing principles. Okay, where before going to start the actual testing we need to follow all these principles, then only you can achieve we can achieve a defect free product. Okay, we need to consider all these points before going to start our actual testing. Okay, so under that software testing principles, the first point here is, okay, we can consider these software testing principles as effective testing methods or practices. Okay, we can consider, we can call these software testing principles as, okay, testing methods or practices. Okay, so these are the various testing methods and also various practices. Okay, in brackets I can mention testing methods. Okay, testing methods and or, okay, we can call it as best practices or practices. Okay, practices, right? So we can also call these software testing principles as effective testing methods and testing principles or testing practices. Okay, so under that the first principle here is, exhaustive testing is impossible. Okay, exhaustive testing is impossible. Under software testing principle, exhaustive testing principle is the first method or first practice. Okay, the name here is exhaustive testing. Okay, exhaustive testing is a principle. Okay, first we will discuss about this exhaustive testing, what exactly this exhaustive testing here is. Okay, if we test a functionality with all the possible input conditions, then that is called as exhaustive testing. Okay, for example, there are 1000 number of users who are using any particular application. If we are going to test with all the 1000 users, then that is called as exhaustive testing. It is practically not possible, right? It is practically not possible to go with exhaustive testing, because it is not possible to test for each and every user where we have 1000 users. So that's why this exhaustive testing is not impossible while doing testing. Okay, so here for example what I will take here, for example, as I mentioned, okay, as I mentioned, there are 1000 number of users. Okay, there are 1000 number of users or more than 1000 number of users. So all these users are trying to log into their application. So while doing testing, it is not possible to test for each and every user whether he can able to log in or not. So that is called as exhaustive testing. It is not possible in real time scenarios while doing testing. Okay, if we test a login with all the registered users, then that is called a exhaustive testing, which is not required. Okay, in this scenario we will check login with one user belongs to each category to confirm login is displaying to the right user or not. Okay, login is displaying to the right user or not. Okay, are you understanding, guys? So please let me know from the live chat. I am going to provide you the notes as well. Okay, so here first point here is exhaustive. Okay, is exhaustive testing is not possible. Okay, is not possible. First of all, exhaustive testing is not possible or impossible. Okay, exhaustive testing is not possible or impossible. Okay, the definition here is if we test any application, okay, any functionality, okay, if we test any functionality with all the, okay, with all the possible, with all the possible, what, with all the possible input conditions, okay, with all the possible input conditions, with all the possible input condition, then it is called as what, then it is called as exhaustive testing. Okay, exhaustive testing, right? Exhaustive testing. No, first time I am using this notepad plus plus, so that's why I'm getting some difficulty on typing. Okay, it is practically, it is practically not possible. Okay, it is practically not possible or not required to test all the functionalities for each and every user login. Okay, come on guys, here what is exhaustive testing? So if we test any functionality with all the possible input conditions, then that is called as exhaustive testing. So where it is not possible practically while doing testing, that is called as exhaustive testing. So for example, let me open my notepad. So there I will show you along with the example. Sorry, notepad, not notepad, it is paint application. Okay, so let me show you from here. So I am opening my paint application. Give me 1 minute of time. Okay, yeah, 1 second guys, let me open paint app and I will show you. Okay, okay, so now I am going to show you with an example. Okay, so as I mentioned, if there are thousand more than thousand number of users are using login functionality, as a tester it is not possible to test for all the username login page credentials, that is username and password, whether that user is able to log in or not. So during that time practically it is not possible, so that testing we can call it as exhaustive testing. Practically it is not required to test for all the users for each and every combination. For example, user 1 is there and user 2 is there and user 3, likewise we have 1000 users. So where we are going to test for each and every user that login functionality. So during that time practically it is not possible, then that is called as exhaustive testing. And also from testing point of view, that is not the good practice to test for each and every login user for that particular login functionality. Okay, so let me draw one diagram here so that you can able to easily understand, okay, what is the concept here. Okay, so there are, okay, there are some thousand number of users, for example. Okay, there are some thousand number of users. Okay, let me take this one. Okay, and also let me take here also one field, or else what I will do, let me draw from here only. Okay, so I am going to show you with an example. Please carefully watch this session, you will get more information. Okay, so here we can mention here these are the login users. Okay, these are the login users. Okay, these are the login users. So where, okay, where there is one user and there is one more user and there is one more user, so likewise we have thousand number of, mean more than thousand number of users here. Okay, more than thousand number of users, consider this as a more than thousand number of users here. Okay, consider more than thousand number of, okay, greater than, sorry, greater than 1000 users. Okay, greater than 1000 users. Okay, so here these are all login users, right? So for example, this field is called as username. Okay, this field is called as username, and this field is called as password. Okay, this field is called as password field. Okay, so here user 1 is entering his username. Okay, user 1 is entering his username. At the same time he is entering his password as well. Okay, at the same time this user 1 is going to enter his password. Okay, so likewise all these users are entering, considering 1000 number of users, right? So all these users are entering their credentials here. Okay, till 1000 or 1000 plus here. Okay, till 1000. Okay, till 1000 here these users are entering their usernames and password here. Okay, so then let me take one more diagram here. This is our actual login page here. Okay, this is our actual login page. Okay, this is our actual login functionality. So this is our test data. Login users is our test data. So where it is containing greater than 1000 users test data here, and this is our login page. Okay, this is our login page, right? This is our login page. So let me draw one diagram here. This is for username and this is for password. Okay, this is for username and this is for password. Okay, this is called as user id, this is called as user id, and this is called as password. Okay, that is called as user id and that is called as password. Then finally we have one submit button here. Okay, finally we have one submit button. Okay, finally we have here one submit button. Let me decrease the size. Okay, here we have submit button. So now, so here the first user when he is trying to log in, right? So here he will enter the user id as u1 and the password here as p1. For example, I am telling for first user, so where he is going to enter his username credential, that is user1, and password credential, that is p1. So for the first user there are some different functionalities he can able to access from that application, right? For one user there is some functionality, so where he can act like a admin, and also where he can act like a some customer, or also this same user can act like some banker as well. Okay, so he is having different roles here. Okay, for first user he is having some different role, that is called as he can behave like an admin, and also he can behave like an banker, and also he can behave like what, customers. Okay, so the first user when he logged in he is behaving like admin. At the same time the second user he is logged in, he is behaving like what, banker. At the same time the third user he is behaving like a customer. Likewise for all these 1000 users. Okay, for all these 1000 users there are different type of roles. Okay, based upon their access levels they can log into their application and they can perform like an admin. The second user can log in like an banker, the third user can log in like a customer, and the fourth user can log in like a network operator, and also fifth customer or fifth user can log in to his application, and he will act like some different role or different designation. So here if we test login, okay, here if we test login with all the registered users, whatever the registers you are seeing here, so these are all the registered users for this particular application. Consider this is an application from till here. Okay, consider this is an application. Okay, consider this is an application. So here if we test login, okay, if we test for this login page with all the registered users, then that is called as what, that is called as our exhaustive testing. Okay, that is called as exhaustive testing, practically which is not required, and also practically which is not possible to test for all these 1000 number of users or greater than 1000 number of users. Okay, in this scenario what we will do, first we will check login with one user belongs to each category. Okay, in this scenario what we will do, we will check for one user. Okay, we will check for one user who is belonging to the admin. Okay, who is belonging to the admin category. okay, who is belonging to the admin category. In the same way, who is belonging to the banking category, okay, who is belonging to the banking category. At the same time, we are going to check for customer also, okay, who is belonging to the customer category, right? So in this scenario, we will check the login functionality with one user, okay, with one user, that is u1 p1. He is going to belong to which category, okay, who is going to belong to which category. Based upon that, we are going to confirm whether it is displaying the right module for the right user or not. Okay, for example, this user 1 is logging in here, and whether this login page after it is displaying the right module to this particular username, that is u1 or not. So at the same time, this u2 is going to log in. So then, based upon the user to logged in here, we are going to confirm whether that login page is working properly fine or not. Based upon that, he is getting this banking category or not. So likewise, for 1000 user also, 1000th user also, he is going to log in with credentials here. Based upon his login, or he is able to log in or not this particular category, that is called as customer, okay, that is called as customer category. So here we are not going to test each and every functionality for all the 1000 users, okay. We are going to test wherever the test data is required. We are going to test that one only. Based upon the results, we are going to update the same for remaining users as well, whether that user can able to log in to that particular login page or not, okay. That is called as exhaustive. So where it is not possible in real time scenarios, so that's why we are not going to test all the users which are related to that particular login page application, okay. That is called as what? That is called as exhaustive testing. This is called as exhaustive testing, okay. This is called as exhaustive testing, okay. This is called as exhaustive testing. Again, I am telling, exhaustive testing means what? If we test a functionality with all the possible conditions, if we test a functionality with all the possible conditions, that is user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5, so then that is called as exhaustive testing. But it is practically not possible, okay. If we test a login with all these registered users, then we can call it as a exhaustive testing, which is not required actually. In this scenario, we will check login with one user belongs to each category to confirm that the login displaying right module to the right user or not. I am not going to test for each and every user. I will test with only one user, okay. I will test with only one user where he is logging in with credential, that is u1 and p1, whether he can able to access this admin category or not, whether this user 1 is able to access this banking category or not, whether this user 1 is able to access this customer or not. So based upon the output, we are going to confirm for remaining users also. If it is working fine for only one user, then we are going to consider that as it is working properly fine with all the categories admin, banking, customer, then that is called as exhaustive testing. Here we are not testing for each and every user the same functionality here what we tested for user 1. Based upon the user 1 functionality, based upon the categories, are he is able to access or not, based upon his result, we are going to confirm that it will work for remaining users also. That is called as exhaustive testing. We are going to avoid this exhaustive testing in real time scenarios, okay. So then the next software testing principle here is what? Okay, then the next software testing principle here is which one? That is called as defect clustering, okay. So let me open my notepad plus plus application. So there I will show you what exactly this, which one, what exactly defect clustering, okay. Defect clustering. Then the next one here is defect clustering, okay. Defect clustering, this is also one type of software testing principle or one type of testing method or one type of software testing practices, okay. So here sometimes what is defect clustering here? Sometimes a small functionality may produce more defects than a bigger functionality, okay. Sometimes a small functionality may produce more defects, right, than a bigger functionality. For example, you can consider, okay, for example, you can consider there is one registration page, and also there is some online payment screen. Okay, there is some registration page in the UI. At the same time, we have in one more window we have one more page that is called as online payment. Okay, so now we have two windows. In each window we have the first window, it is considering as customer registration page. For the second window, it is showing for online payment page. Okay, there are two pages which are available in our current browser, whether it is Chrome or Firefox or Edge. Okay, during this time what is happening? Okay, so let me open my paint application again. I will show you from there. It will be better understandable for you. Okay, so now I am going to discuss about which one. I am going to discuss about defect clustering. Okay, I am going to discuss about defect clustering. First, let me save this image, because I am going to update all these details on this particular video once it get uploaded to our YouTube database. Okay, from there I am going to provide you one link. So from that link you can download the notes what I am writing currently. Okay, exhaustive testing, right? Yeah, exhaustive testing. I'm saving this notepad into my local machine. So once that is done, I will go for the next one. Okay, that is called as defect clustering. Okay, that is called as defect clustering. Okay, that is called as, now I'm going to discuss about the concept called defect. Okay, defect clustering, right? Defect clustering. Okay, so let me increase size of this one. Yeah, so now are you able to see, right guys? Please let me know, and also please try to interact with me if you are able to understand or not, so that I will also know whether you are following or not. So please like the stream guys. Only one like we got so far. Please, again I am reminding for each and everyone, if you are joining the session means please drop a like if you like the session, the way of explaining and the way of providing you the examples. Then only you can like our session. If you are not like this video, you can directly dislike this video, no issues. I don't bother about whether it is liked or disliked, but you need to provide your response whether you liked or whether you disliked. Okay, based upon that I will try to improve my explanation and try to provide my examples in details. Okay, so please try to understand guys. Please like or dislike our video. Okay, so which will helps me a lot to improve on what areas I need to improve myself. Okay, so please do that one, which will helps me really a lot. Okay, so here, so now I am going to show you what is defect clustering exactly. Okay, for this I am taking one UI that is called as customer registration page. Okay, consider this as one customer registration page. Like, let me draw a little bigger one. Okay, so that, yeah, now it is okay. So come on guys, please respond whether you liked this session or not. Based upon that only you can respond from like or dislike. Okay, so now let me take one more rectangle here, and one more rectangle here, and one more rectangle here, and one more rectangle here. Okay, so these are all the registration page where you can see first name, last name, middle name, gender, age, date of birth. So likewise this registration page is containing. Okay, that likewise this registration page is containing in the UI. Okay, registration page. So after that, this is called as customer name, for example. Okay, customer name for example, and this is for customer last name. Okay, customer last name, and this is for what, and this is for address one. Okay, this is the address details, address 1, and the last field is for address 2. I will explain you once it got completed. So as I mentioned, okay, as I mentioned, sometimes a small functionality may produce more defects than a bigger functionality. Okay, that is our concept while discussing about this defect clustering concept. Please try to understand. I am showing with you each and every example. Okay, along with the example I am showing. Okay, so now I am discussing about defect clustering. So let us consider this as one online payment application. Okay, consider this as online payment application. Okay, consider this as online payment application. Okay, yeah, this is our online payment, okay, payment screen for example. Okay, this is our online payment screen, and this is our registration screen. Okay, registration page screen. So now I have here, for example, you can consider the networks what we are using in our daily life. Okay, so those are, okay, those are Airtel or Idea or Vodafone or Geo, anything, Reliance. Okay, I mean Reliance and Geo both are same only. I am telling for your reference. Okay, so BSNL, first it is for BSNL, and this is for Airtel, and this is for Idea. So likewise we can take one more example, and this is last one is for example Geo. Okay, so these are all the service providers. Okay, we can call or we can make it as service providers. Okay, first let me draw these diagrams, and then you can able to understand what I am telling. Service operators. Okay, these are called as service operators. So next we have, there is one more called as customer ID. Okay, this is called as customer ID, and this is called as amount. Okay, and this is called as amount, and we have one more button here that is called as pay. Okay, so I will tell you guys, please wait, I will tell you in detail about what is exactly this defect clustering means. Okay, please try to understand guys. It I mean, this is a manual testing, right? So it will be always like this only. If I don't draw any diagrams, if I am directly explaining means, again it will feel you some bore only. So that's why I am trying to explain you in detail. Okay, please try to understand. So this is our payment button. Okay, sorry, this is our pay button or payment. Okay, okay, so now I am discussing about defect clustering, right? What exactly this defect clustering means? Okay, what exactly this defect clustering means? Sometimes a small functionality may produce more defects than a bigger functionality. Okay, sometimes a small functionality produces more defects than the complex functionality. So here you can see here the online payment. Okay, here the online payment is small in size actually. Here this online payment is small in size if compared with the customer registration. You can see in real time also, this online payment screen, whatever the buttons you will get, first you are going to select the which operator you are using, that is Airtel or Geo or Vodafone, okay, or Idea or Reliance, any kind of the operators which you are using, that is called as service providers or service operators. Okay, so this application is online payment screen. If you consider this online payment screen inside your web page, so where you will have only one button, that is drop down list to select which operator you are using, that is Airtel or BSNL or Reliance or Geo or Vodafone or Idea. Okay, so based upon the operator what you are you are using, we are going to select. If I want to recharge my mobile, right? So here I am selecting, saying that I am selecting here Geo for example. So and also we need to enter our customer ID or customer number, right? Before going to recharge our mobile, we are going to select which operator you are using currently, that is my Geo. Okay, then my number I am entering here, that is 9902345678. Okay, for example this is one customer number. So how much amount I have to pay to recharge this number? Okay, so here for example I can say you 479 rupees is my rechargeable amount. Okay, payable amount. So once if I click on this payment screen, so what it will happen, it will automatically recharge this particular number with a plan of 479. Here you can see, for looking, it is having only 4 buttons here or 4 options to enter all your details compared to the registration page. Okay, if you go to the registration page, so here this registration page is bigger than the online payment screen. Okay, registration page may contain lots of fields. First of all, enter your Aadhaar number, enter your place, enter your name, or enter your last name, enter your middle name, enter your first name, enter your mobile name, enter your email ID, enter your gender, enter your date of birth, enter your color, enter your height. So likewise, right? So this registration page is bigger than the online payment screen. Okay, this registration page is bigger than the online payment screen. Okay, so here functionality wise, okay, functionality wise, registration page is lesser than the online payment screen, right? Functionality wise, registration page is having the less complexity compared to the online payment screen, but size wise this registration page is bigger compared to the online payment screen, but logically this registration page is less complexer than the online payment screen, where it is having the big complexity during the functionalities. Okay, but here the online payment is smaller in size if we compare with the customer registration page, but but online payment business logic, okay, what I said, right? Online payment business logic is bigger, complexer or complex than the registration page. Okay, there are more chances of making mistakes at online payment screens. Okay, there are more chances of more chances of making mistakes at online payment screen. Okay, so in this scenario we have to test online payment first, which is the higher priority. Later we are going to test the customer registration, which is the lower priority. Okay, later we are going to test the customer page, that is having lower priority. Okay, having the lower priority, whereas online payment screen is having the higher priority. Okay, higher priority. Okay, higher priority. Okay, there is nothing about this defect clustering. What I am telling, sometimes a small functionality, small functionality may produce more defects than a bigger functionality. Okay, sometimes a small functionality may produce more defects than a bigger functionality. It is easy to find, but it is not the right way. Okay, so here sometimes a small functionality may produce more defects than the bigger functionality. Okay, here online payment is a smaller in size if we compared with the registration page, that is customer page. Okay, but online payment business logic is the complex than the registration page. Okay, there are some chances of making mistakes at online payment. Okay, there are some chances of making mistakes at online payment screen. Okay, so in this scenario we are going to test first this online payment screen, then only we are going to test the bigger functionality, bigger size screen, that is called as registration page. So that's why we are taking it as lower priority, because compared to registration page functionality, this online payment screen is complex than the registration page functionality. Okay, that is called as defect clustering. Okay, let me provide you note as well here. Let me open my notepad plus plus application. Okay, let me open my notepad plus plus application. Okay, so our next concept here is defect clustering. Okay, guys, are you able to understand what I am telling? Please interact with me from the live chat, guys, which will be really helpful for me. Please try to respond in the live chat. Okay, please guys, again I am telling, if you are not able to understand at any time, please raise your hand and you can ask me. Okay, no issues, I will try to explain it in one more time in detail. Please try to interact with me, guys. Your support and your comments really helpful for me to understand the concept in brief way or within a clear way. Okay, please try to understand why again and again I am stressing this word. Please interact. Okay, please do that one. So now I am going to provide you the notes about defect clustering. Okay, so as we discussed, what is the first point? Sometimes, okay, sometimes a small functionality, small functionality may produces more defects. Okay, or many defects. Okay, or sometimes a small functionality may produce more defects Okay, sometimes a small functionality may produce more defects bigger than a bigger functionality. Okay, than a bigger functionality. Okay, than a bigger functionality. If it is visible, no issues. Again, I will try to decrease the size of my notepad application. Wait, it is not able to see till bigger only you are able to see it properly. Now is it okay guys for you? Are you able to see my screen properly to write down? Okay, that is perfect, no issues. So here sometimes a small functionality may produces more defect than a bigger functionality. Okay, so here what is our next function, what is our next point here? Okay, what is our next point here? The next point here is here. Okay, what we discussed here, online payment. Okay, here online payment is small, right? Online payment is small in size, right? Online payment is small in size if we compared to which one, to which one, registration. Okay, to registration. If here online payment is small in size if we compare it to registration page, okay, or registration page. Okay, so you need to take here as, okay, to registration page, that is better way. Okay, then, okay, then, but online payment business logic is complex than the customer registration. Okay, but, okay, but online payment, but online payment business, okay, but online payment business logic is complex than, complex than which one, registration, which one, registration, customer registration or registration, anything will be fine, than the registration page code. Okay, if we consider via coding wise, online payment needs more logical than the registration page development point of view. Okay, because online payment is very difficult, right, to implement the logics. Based upon the operator, he is going to enter the amount, he is going to pay the amount what he is going to pay. Whereas if you come to registration page, you are not doing anything, you are just updating the fields. Okay, then we are clicking on the submit button. But here, compared to the registration page, customer registration page functionality, this online payment functionality is complex. At the same time, here online payment screen is smaller than the which one, customer registration page. Okay, customer registration page. So now here, okay, now I am going to show you like but online payment business logic is complex than the registration page code. So here there are more, okay, there are more chances of making mistakes, making mistakes where, making mistakes at online payment. Okay, making mistakes at online payment. Okay, here there are more chances of making mistakes at online payment. So in this scenario what we will do, so in this scenario what we will do, we have to test first online payment application. Okay, online payment application. Okay, first we have to test online payment application. Okay, later we will test customer registration functionality or customer registration page. Okay, first we need to test online payment functionality because online payment business logic is complex than the customer registration business logic. So that's why we are going to provide higher priority first to the online payment application during our testing. So later we will test customer registration page functionality, we will take it as a lower priority or low priority. Okay, that is about defect clustering. Okay, that is about defect clustering. So guys, please let me know from the live chat guys if you are able to understand or not. Can you please describe word clustering with that in normal? Okay, so here what exactly means clustering, you already know, right? Clustering means we are mixing together. Okay, we are mixing together and we are getting some proper output together as a single unit. Okay, for example, if you want to make any curry, we are going to add all the ingredients to get some normal output in the form of flavor, right? So in the same way here also we are going to take in the same scenario only. Clustering means we are going to mixing the each and every functionality. For example, there is some login functionality or anything like registration page functionality, home page functionality. So while we are going with this clustering means when we are testing, we are going to add all those modules together. Okay, then only one by one we are going to test based upon the priority. Okay, if I want to test either login page module or home page module, first what we will do, login page module we are going to test because it is having the more complex than the home page functionality. Okay, where the clustering means where we are going to add all the together at a time only, that is called as clustering in real terms. Okay, in real scenarios, cluster means what, we are mixing everything into a single unit. Okay, that is called as clustering here. That is up to my knowledge. You asked me, tell me about in normal what we can tell, in that way I told you. Okay, yeah. So next one here is, the next concept here is under software testing principle, that is called as what, that is called as pesticide paradox. Okay, pesticide paradox. Okay, so next our concept here is, these are all comes under which one, software testing principles only I am discussing currently. So here what is pesticide paradox means, if we prepared some test cases which are not able to find defect, so then we are going to add few more defects, sorry, we are going to add few more test cases to find out a defect. Okay, so modifying the existing test cases for better testing, right? So modifying the existing test cases for better testing, that is called as pesticide paradox. Okay, what is the definition, what is the intention of this pesticide paradox? First of all, if we prepared some test cases, so with that test cases we are not able to find the defects, so then what we need to do, we need to add more scenarios and we need to create more test cases to find out the defects. Okay, so simply we can call this pesticide paradox in the terms of modifying the existing test cases for which one, better test cases, means to find out the defects, that is called as pesticide paradox. Okay, that is called as pesticide paradox. So here if we can take one example here, for example, farmer, okay, farmer giving some pesticides to the plants, right? First farmer will go to his cultivation land, what he will do, okay, what he will do, he will make some pesticides. Okay, he will make some pesticide and he will give that pesticide to plants, right? So to find if there are any insects or not. So at the first time if he is not able to find, again what he will do, he will add some more dose to that particular pesticide for better result, right? So during this time he can able to find out the defects, that is called as pesticide paradox. I explained you in some real time scenario. Are you able to understand, guys, what is pesticide paradox exactly? Pesticide paradox exactly means modifying the existing test cases for better testing. Okay, modifying the existing test cases for better testing, then that is called as pesticide paradox. For example, if we prepared some test cases and with the help of those test cases we are not able to find out the defects, so during this time what we are going to do, again we are going to add some more test cases for better testing to test the whether there is defect or not. Okay, here the best example what I said, so farmer first he will make some pesticide and that pesticide he is going to give his plants to find whether insects are there, okay, on that particular plants. So once if he is not able to find for the first time, again what he will do, again he will add some extra dose. In our case again we are going to add some more test cases. Okay, in that way this farmer is going to add some more extra dose, then he is going to provide to the plant to get the better results. This time he will get the insects if there are there, if insects are there he is going to get. At the first time he is not able to find the insects, but when he added the extra dose, this time he can able to find the insects, whether the insects are present in that cultivation plants or not. In the same way, in our scenarios also, if we are not able to find out the defects with our test cases, we are going to add some more test cases to find out the defects. Okay, modifying the existing test cases, then that is called as what? Defect, sorry, that is called as pesticide paradox. Okay, are you getting my point, guys? Please respond me. Mr. BJ, thank you so much for your response. Yes, got it. If you have any questions, so please let me know from the live chat. And also remaining people also, I'm telling, please try to interact with me, guys. So now I am going to write the definition for which one? Pesticide paradox. Okay, if prepared if prepared test cases not finding the defects, okay, not finding the defects, then add few more defects to, sorry, add few more test cases to find out, okay, add few more test cases to find out defects. Okay, this is called as pesticide paradox. And also the definition here is, okay, the definition here is what? The definition here is what I said. Okay, what I said, modifying existing test cases for better testing. And also I have provided you the example, that is called as farmer. Okay, farmer is my example for this particular principle, that is called as farmer testing. I can mention so that you can easily remember. Okay, farmer testing is the best example here is farmer testing. Okay, so example here is farmer testing. Okay, this is about pesticide paradox. So likewise we have early testing, and also we have testing is application dependent, and also we have testing is situation dependent, and also we have testing should show presence of defects, and also we have absence of defects, absence of errors is a false testing. So these are all the different testing principles now I am going to discuss. Okay, so give me 2 minutes of time, guys. I will be right back. Okay, I am going to bring some water to have. Please, only 2 minutes, I will be back. Before that, you can go through all these notes part. Okay, so what I have discussed so far, please go through these notes. I will be back in 2 minutes exactly. So now the time is 12:36 is going to happen. I will come at 12:38 exactly sharp. Okay, so please don't go away. I will come in 2 minutes. I'm just going to bring my water to drink. Okay, please guys, please try to understand. Okay, I will come, no issues, and we will continue with the remaining what are all the different testing principles we have. So later we will discuss about the software development life cycle models. Okay, as I mentioned earlier on today's session. Please, I will come in 2 minutes. Sorry for the delay, guys. Just now I came. Within 2 minutes, I am back again. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. Yeah. Now we will discuss about the remaining testing principles. So what I mentioned here, early testing. Okay. The next software testing principle here is early testing. Okay. You can explain all this when you are attending for any interviews. Okay, when you are attending for any interviews, you can explain the same way what I am writing down here. Okay, so far we discussed about what are the different which one software testing principles. Under that, the first one here is exhaustive testing. So where I shown you with some login users it is not possible to test, and also there later I shown you defect clustering with some online payment application and customer registration page. So later I discussed about pesticide paradox. Okay, the next one I have discussed here is pesticide paradox. So where if prepared test cases not finding the defects, add few more test cases to find out the defects. Then here the definition here is modifying the existing test cases for better testing. You can provide you can provide an example during your interview saying that there is a farmer, he is going to make some pesticide and he is going to give that pesticide to plants to find out the bugs. Okay, so if he is not able to find, what he will do again, he will add some extra dose to the existing pesticide. So again he will do one more round of testing. So this time he found defects or bugs on that particular cultivation plants what he is farming currently. Okay, that is example for pesticide paradox. So now we will discuss about what exactly this early testing. Early testing is also one principle we have to follow. Okay, early testing is also one principle from the testing concepts. Okay, so let me scroll a little up. Okay, yeah, early testing. Okay, one second guys, there is some announcement is going on in our area. Okay, no problem. Now I am going to discuss about early testing. Okay, early testing means conducting testing as soon as possible in the development life cycle, that is called as early testing. Okay, conducting testing as soon as possible in the development life cycle, that is called as early testing. Here development life cycle means what? Requirement analysis, design phase, coding phase, testing phase. Okay, once if we find testings, once if we find any defects during our testing phase, what we will do during our testing phase, we can find defects. Okay, we can find the defects right during our testing phase. If we find defects, then the requirements, then they are going to start testing again. Okay, if we find defects, no, I'm not able to understand here. Early testing means conducting testing as soon as possible in the development life cycle, that is called as early testing. Okay, so in simple words, conducting testing right from the requirements, that is called as early testing. Here we have already know there is some development life cycle models. Okay, first phase will start from requirements, then design, then coding. Okay, then coding. What is our next model? That is called as testing phase. Then final phase here is delivery and maintenance. Okay, R D C T D. Okay, gathering the requirements, then designing the code. Okay, sorry, designing, then coding part, then testing part, then delivery and maintenance. I will discuss about all this in the later in this video. Okay, first we will discuss about what exactly this early testing. Conducting testing as soon as possible in the development life cycle. Okay, here development life cycle I am mentioning, right? I will discuss later in this video once this software testing principles got completed. Okay, so now in simple words, conducting testing right from the requirements, that is called as early testing. Okay, conducting testing right from the requirements, that is called as which one? That is called as early testing. Okay, early testing will helps us in minimizing the cost of finding defects or fixing defects. Sorry, not finding, it is for fixing the defects. Okay, early testing will helps us minimizing cost of fixing the defects. If we found any defect at early stages, means then there won't be no use of furtherly continuing on designing, coding and everything, right? So that's why this early testing will helps on minimizing the cost of fixing defects. Okay, if we found any defects at the requirements level, it is not going to waste all our efforts from right from the designing coding before coming to the testing. So that's why we are going to find out any defects are there or not from requirements phase only. That is called as about early testing. Okay, so write it down. Early testing means conducting testing as soon as possible in the development life cycle. That is called as early testing. Okay, that is called as early testing. In simple words, what I can say, conducting testing right from the requirements. Okay, conducting testing right from the requirements is called as early testing. Okay, the use of this early testing here is, early testing will helps us in minimizing the cost of which one, fixing the defects. Okay, which will helps us minimizing the cost of which one, fixing the defects. Okay, early testing will helps us minimizing the cost of fixing defects. Okay, getting my point till this early testing? Tell me guys. Okay, let me write what exactly this early testing. Conducting. Okay, conducting what, n is not pressing, conducting testing as soon as possible, as soon as possible. What, at what time, in the development, in the development, which one, in the development life cycle. I will discuss about this software development life cycle later in this video. As possible in the development life cycle, it is called as life cycle. Then it is called as what, which one, it is called as early testing. It is called as early testing, right? This is called as early testing. So in simple words I can define in in sim in simple words, conducting testing right from requirements. Where it is from requirements, from requirements phase. Okay, from requirements phase, then it is called as early testing. Okay, then requirement phase, right? Yeah, it is called as early testing. Okay, it is called as early testing, right? So what does this will help us? This early testing will helps us to minimize cost of fixing the defects. Okay, which will helps us, which which will which will helps us in minimizing in minimizing which one, cost of fixing defects. Cost of fixing defects, here cost means, once if you are not able to if we start our testing, once the development part got completed, then again it will take some time to test all the requirement scenarios. Whatever the requirements we got, based upon that scenarios we are going to test once the development code is completed. But if we start from the requirements phase only, then which is going to save lots of efforts and lots of time for all the testers. So that's why this early testing will helps us in minimizing the cost of fixing defects. Okay, in minimizing the cost of fixing defects, it is easy to fix the defects at which level, requirements level only, if we test it from requirements. If not from requirements, if we are testing once the development phase got completed, it will take lots of time for us to find and fixing the defects. Okay, so that's the reason why early testing is also one useful software testing principle. So later, what is the next one here, what is our next principle? That is called as software testing is application dependent. Okay, software testing is application dependent. Testing is which one, application dependent. Okay, application dependent. Okay, what exactly this testing principle here is, testing is application dependent means test approach here, there is some test approach may slightly different from project to project. For example, a project here means applications. Okay, for example, if you can consider one banking application, at the same time if you can consider one ERP application, that is either Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, so here testing approach may slightly from different to different, from banking applications to ERP applications. So it is completely different. The testing approach should be completely different from application to application. Okay, so here I will tell you one example. Let me take one calculator application, and also let me take one online application called as Flipkart or Amazon. Okay, so testing a calculator application is different from testing an online application. As I mentioned earlier, test approach may different from one project to another project. Here my first project is calculator application, and my next project is online application, that is Flipkart application. Testing approach for calculation application to the online application is completely different. Okay, test approach slightly different from calculator application to Flipkart application. Okay, as a I mean for as calculator application is a desktop application. For this application testing, it is not required to perform load testing and performance testing. Okay, for calculator application, as it is a desktop application, this load testing and performance testing which are not required, whereas this load testing and performance testing is mandatory for this online application, that is called a shopping application called as Flipkart application or Azure DevOps application, sorry, that is Amazon application. Okay, so here testing is application dependent. You can see here test approach may different from testing calculator application to testing online application. Okay, if you consider here for calculator application, as it is a desktop application, load testing and performance testing is not required for to test a desktop application, whereas if we consider online application called Amazon or Flipkart, load testing and performance testing are mandatory because that is an online application, that is a web application, right? So that's the reason why here testing is application dependent. So the testing what you are going to perform, that is fully application dependent. What type of application that is, we are going to perform that type of testing only. We are not going to perform load testing and performance testing for desktop application, but we are going to perform these two testings for online applications. So that's where we can tell it as testing the application is completely dependent only. Based upon the application, we are going to perform the testing. Okay, so guys, till this point are we able to understand or not? Please let me know, guys. Please let me know. So now I am going to provide you the notes here. Test approach. Okay, here test approach may slightly different from application to application. Okay, here application dependent means based on the application only we are going to select what kind of testing we are going to perform. Okay, so that is the main use of this testing is application dependent software testing principle. Okay, here consider an example. Okay, consider an example that is called as testing a calculator application. Okay, testing a calculator application is okay, calculator application is different from testing a testing an online application. Okay, online application. Okay, testing a calculator application is different from the testing an online application. Okay, why means as calculator application is a desktop application, right? Calculator is a desktop application. So here load load and performance, load and performance, not okay, load and performance testing are not required for which application? For desktop application, okay. But for online applications, for online application, that is Flipkart or anything, you can consider Flipkart or anything, it is mandatory, it is mandatory. What is mandatory? It is mandatory to perform load and performance testing, okay. Load and performance testing, load and performance testings, okay. So till this point everything is clear, right? Please let me know. Yeah, I am explaining you each and everything, guys, along with the notes, because some people yesterday asked, right, one of you people, please provide the notes as well. So that's the reason why, if the session is extending also, no issues, but what I am discussing, that should be, that should have to understandable for you, because you are watching my channel, okay. So that's why I am taking this much efforts, okay, towards you. Please try to utilize all these sessions, guys. But from Monday onwards I'm going to continue with our actual automation testing scripts, okay. Please subscribe to my channel, and also please share our channel to your friends or colleagues, so that they will also subscribe to our channel, so that they will also learn the concepts what we are discussing currently, and also what we discussed already, okay. So please try to understand, and please help in terms of your valuable subscription and valuable like, which really motivates me to do more videos like this, okay, where it is helping you during your interviews, or if you want to practice more, or if you want to learn. So all you can get it from my channel, Selenium Tech Automation, okay. So this is about testing is application dependent, okay. Till this point everything is clear, I hope, okay. Till this point everything is clear, I hope. So now we will see one more principle, that is called as testing is situation dependent, okay. Here testing is application dependent, at the same time we have one more principle to be followed, that is called as testing is situation dependent. Here test approach may also change based upon the time availability, resources availability, and also financially the cost provided by the client to that particular testing team or to that particular project. If sufficient time is available, we will go with the formal testing, where we are going to follow development test cases, following some documents, and also we are following some execution as well, that is called as formal process. If we are not having time, we will go with the informal testing, where we are not following the proper documents, that is called as informal testing or ad hoc testing, okay. Here testing is situation dependent, okay. Test approach may also change based upon the time availability, and also resources availability, and also cost availability, okay. If we don't have sufficient time, if we don't have sufficient resources, so then what we will do? We will go with formal testing, sorry, we will go with informal testing. If we have sufficient team size, if we have sufficient cost, if we have sufficient time availability, then we will go with formal testing. So that's why we can call it as a, that's why we can call it as a what? Software testing is situation dependent, okay. The first point here under principle called as testing is, okay, the principle name here is testing is situation, so testing is situation dependent, right? Testing is situation dependent, okay. What is our first point here? Test approach, test approach, okay. Test approach may also change, may also change, okay, may also change based upon which one? Based upon the time availability, based upon the time availability, based upon the time availability, resources, resources means man resources, okay, and also cost. So likewise, what are all the required things to have for that particular project? If everything is okay, then we are going to start our testing, okay. Means that is called as situation dependent, okay. This is our current situation, where we have proper cost and proper resources and proper time availability, okay. So if it is not there, okay, if it is not there, what we will do? We will follow our informal process. If sufficient, if sufficient time, sufficient cost, sufficient resources, sufficient cost and sufficient resources are available, resources are available, we will go with we will follow formal testing process. Okay, that is called as which one? That is called as what? Formal testing. Okay, we will follow the formal testing process if we have sufficient resources, sufficient financial support, and also sufficient time. If we don't have any of this, we will do what? We will follow with informal process. We will conduct a testing called as informal testing or ad hoc testing. Okay, if sufficient time is not available, let me copy here. Okay, if sufficient time cost not available, okay, if sufficient time are not are available, we will follow informal testing, or also we can call it as or also called as what, are also called as ad hoc testing, ad hoc testing. Okay, are also called as ad hoc testing. Okay, are also called as ad hoc testing. Yeah, please guys, please support the stream. So far we got 4 likes. Okay, 52 views. Thank you so much for all your support. Yeah, Samir, what? Monkey. Yeah, monkey testing we will come. Yeah, that is zigzag testing. Okay, okay, there is a type of testing, right? Ad hoc testing is not a kind of zigzag testing or monkey testing what you are telling. That is a completely different concept, monkey testing. Okay, but this ad hoc testing means where we are not following the proper process while doing the testing, while performing the testing. That is called as an ad hoc testing. If we are following some documents from starting, from writing the test cases, executing the test cases, finding the defects, sending the reports, so these are all we are following some process, then we can call it as which one? Formal testing. If we don't follow means, then that is called as ad hoc testing. Monkey testing is completely different, that is a zigzag testing. Okay, yeah, thank you so much Samir for visiting the channel, and also please like the stream, and please share our channel videos to your friends or colleagues so that they will also learn the concepts what we are discussing, and also what we have discussed already. Any one of you, if you have any questions, so please raise your hand from the live chat and ask me the questions. If you have any kind of questions, we have enough time today. I want to complete these SDLC models as well after this explanation of software testing principles. No, those two are different ones, right, Samir? Those two are different, right? Actually, okay, that monkey testing is completely different. Means wantedly we are, wantedly what we are doing, wantedly we are trying to, with an intention of making system fail, then that is called as system testing. Means it is also called as zigzag operation. Okay, that is called as zigzag testing. Yeah, thank you so much Samir for your interaction here. Thank you so much guys. Please support the channel guys. We are very near to 1k subscribers. I hope we can reach that by next week, but before that only, if you try from your side, please help me to reach 1k subscribers. I have so many thoughts in my mind. Once if we reach 1k subscribers, I can do better stream. Okay, what we are doing currently, I can interact with you directly. Once we will reach 1k subscribers, and I will conduct mock interviews for each and everyone, freshers or experience. And also I am going to announce some giveaways, the people who are regularly watching our videos from the live sessions, and also the people who are actively going through all our videos. Okay, please try to understand, and also please support our channel to reach 1k subscribers before the next week. Tomorrow is Sunday, right? By next week Sunday, please try to help our channel to reach 1k subscribers from your end as well, because I am showing lots of efforts to take our channel near to you along with the concepts and everything. I am trying to do in that way, but still the count is not increasing day by day. Please try to understand. Okay, and also at the same time you are getting some good content from my side. I am hoping, if anything, if I am doing mistake, please let me know from your suggestions as well in the live chat or in any one of our video comment section, anything. Okay, so that I can improve myself to explain you more concepts in more detail. At the same time, if you have any real time scenarios where you are pending with also, please let me know from the live chat. I will try to make one video for that. So far one guy asked about some Excel related query, so currently that is in progress. So once this manual part got completed, so the next time I am going to take that scenario and I will try to automate, then I will upload one video, not live session, I will upload one video. Okay, before conducting these live sessions I am uploading daily videos. If you want, you can check those videos as well, what are the different things I have discussed so far. Okay, please try to utilize all the time, okay, along with my videos. Okay, so next, okay, next, what is our next software testing principle here? So far we discussed about testing is situation dependent. So now our next principle here is the seventh principle. Okay, the next principle here is the seventh principle, that is called as testing should show presence of defects. Okay, testing should show presence of defects. Okay, that is our seventh software testing principle. That is our seventh software testing principle, that is called as testing should show presence of defects. Okay, that is called as testing should show sorry guys sorry testing should show presence of defects. Okay, this is one more software testing principle, so where everyone have to know it properly. Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Mr. BJ. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Please provide me the suggestions wherever you are lagging or wherever I am not explaining it properly. If you have any suggestions or comments, please ping in the same video comment section, or please feel free to ping in the live chat if you are missing at any time of, or if you are lagging at some point, so that I will also know. I will try to explain it in a clear way. Again, I am telling. Okay, I am not going to explain all this in a hurry mode, but I want to make sure that you people have to understand the concept properly. So that's why I am explaining each and everything in a clear way. Okay, thank you so much. We will continue with our next software testing principle or effective test method or best practices test methods is testing should show presence of defects. Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Samir. Thank you so much for your compliment. Yeah, that is my responsibility. I am not the person who will directly come and keeping the live session and keep on continuously reading. But I want, main intention is here, if I am telling something means I want to show with example, and also I want to show the theoretical part in terms of notepad or paint or something. Okay, so that is my responsibility. If I am holding this position here means I'm not getting easily this many subscribers. If I don't have content means who will going to subscribe to my channel? No, there are something means you are coming and you are watching because you are getting something, or you at least you are able to understand. That's the reason why you people are coming. That's the reason why you are supporting me. Okay, if I am not well, if I am not teaching good means, then no one will come and join to this live stream. If they join also, they will left in the middle only if they feel any difficulty on understanding, even though there is a chance to ask questions if you have, but that people won't do such kind of things, they will simply quit from the channel. Okay, yeah, no issues. Thank you so much for all your compliments and suggestions. We are wasting our time now. Okay, still there are many topics to be covered for this session. So after this completion of the software testing principles, I am going to explain you about the very most important concept, that is called as software development lifecycle models. Okay, please try to stay till this session ending, so that you will get very good information, very good knowledge about software development lifecycle also. Okay, testing should show presence of defects. This is our seventh principle or our seventh practice test method or seventh effective testing method, that is called as testing should show presence of defects. Means always testing should be performed with an intention of finding defect. So yesterday also I told the same point, saying that we have to test always there is some defects. In that mind only, I mean with that mind only, we have to always to find out a defect. Okay, if developer is telling no, it is working fine also, but when you tested it is behaving differently, developer will try to compromise you, but as a tester we are not going to compromise. If we compromise means that is the last day for your job. Okay, so that's where as a tester what the developer is doing, we have to always think in a negative mind only. What he written the code, that is not working fine when I am testing. With that intention only you will find more defects. If you test with positive positive perception, then that is called as positive testing, as I mentioned on Wednesday, yesterday. If we test any application with negative perception, then that is called as negative testing. Negative testing will helps us to find out more defects. Okay, negative testing will helps us to find more defects. Negative testing is the best approach to find out the defects. With the same mind only we should have to continue. With the same mind only, tester will be always keep in mind that you are doing some negative testing only, then only you will find more defects, otherwise you don't find out any defects. Okay, if you don't find out any defects, then you would deliver it to your client. But during that time, if client found anything, directly he will question to whom first? He will question firstly directly to tester only, because based upon the tester output only that client is going to accept, that developer is going to close his task. If you are not sure at this stage, then that is a last day for your job. Please remind in this way. Okay, please keep this in mind. Tester is the right person, okay, to find out the defects. So that's why tester is also equals to the developer. In my way, tester is the only guy who is getting more salaries nowadays as well. Okay, based upon your comments only that application is going to be released to the live environments. Okay, so now we will move to our actual concept, that is called as test should be presence of defects. Okay, test should be presence of defects. So we need to always testing should be performed with an intention of finding a defect, such that try to prove system is doing what it is not supposed to do, then only we can find defects. Okay, you can understand my point here. Try to prove, you have to prove that system is doing what it is not supposed to do, means it is not behaving as expected, it is behaving something. You have to prove that. Okay, you have to prove that in front of your developer. The developed code what you develop, it is not working as expected, it is behaving some kind different way, something different way. Okay, then only we can find out defects. Okay, if we are not able to prove means, then there won't be any defects, right? So that's why with the help of negative testing only to achieve this one. Testing should show presence of testing. Negative testing, okay, negative testing will helps us to achieve this. Okay, will helps us to achieve this, right? So I have already discussed about this on yesterday session, that is called as negative testing. Okay, that is called as negative testing, right? That is called as negative testing. Come on guys, till this point everyone is clear or not? So manual, now I'm saving this notepad application, because later I'm going to upload one zip folder for this particular video description part. Okay, manual testing to desktop. Okay, so yeah, getting my point, right guys? Are you able to getting my point? So till this point everyone is clear, right? Testing should show presence of defects, that is one principle. Okay, testing should show presence of defects, that is one principle. Okay, please respond guys. Are you able to understand this point or not? Please guys. Okay, thank you so much GK, thank you so much for your support and for your response. Thank you so much guys. So now we will go to the last one. Okay, now we will go to our last principle. After this principle we will discuss about SDLC model. Okay, SDLC models, what are the different software development life cycle models we have, we will discuss once the last principle got completed, that is absence of defects or errors is a false testing. Okay, that is absence of defects or okay or errors is a false testing. Okay, is a false testing. Okay, means what does it mean exactly? Okay, here if once if you tested it is not having any defects, then that is a false statement, right? The major goal of testing is delivering the bug free product to the clients, delivering the risk free product to the clients or customer. Okay, zero defects is a false statement. First of all, consider any application without any defect, that application is not going to be in live, right? So that is what about this line is telling. Absence of defects or errors is a false testing or false statement. Okay, we are not going to give any false statement saying that this application has no defects. Okay, the major goal of testing here is delivering the risk free product or bug free product or defect free product to the customer or client. Okay, to the customer or client, right? To the customer or client. For example, you can consider an ATM application, or also we can consider some IRCTC application. Okay, some defects may do not cause any risks to the customer. That defects are not into consider. Okay, there are some defects where which is not affecting the user which is using that application. Okay, during that time we are not going to consider, but there are some defects, if that is directly affecting to the end user means, then definitely that is our task to find out for the more defects. Okay, that is about the absence of defects or errors, it is a false testing. Okay, so here the definition, zero, first point here is zero defects is a false statement. Okay, zero defects is a false statement. Then what is our next point here? Our next point here is the major, what I mentioned, the major goal of testing is delivering, what is delivering risk free product or risk free product or defect free product or bug free product. To whom? Which one? To whom we are delivering? To the client or to the client or customer, we can say. For example, okay, you can consider here example as IRCTC and ATM. Okay, these two are the best examples. Okay, while using some IRCTC application, there is something wrong. Okay, which is not affecting your functionality. During that time we are not going to consider it as a high priority, but we need to test that and we have to fix that. Okay, developer have to fix that particular functionality where it is giving low priority issues, whereas it is applicable for ATM as well. Okay, these defects are not going to be considered or these defects are not going to be tested. We are taking it always as low priority only. This is all about the different software testing principles where we discussed so far. So let me tell you one more time here. Okay, let me show you. So what is our agenda today? Our today agenda is the first one, that is software testing principles. Just now we have covered these software testing principles fully. Okay, during your interview, if interviewer will ask you what are the different software testing principles, means you can tell him like this. Okay, you can tell him like this. So these are all the different software testing principles. Hi Raghavendra, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for visiting my channel Selenium Tech Automation, and also thank you so much for your support towards my channel and videos. Please share our videos to your friends or colleagues, and also please share our channel to your friends so that they will also subscribe, and also they will also go through all our videos what we are discussing currently. Okay, so please help me on that, guys. My target is before ending the next week, please help our channel to reach 1k subscribers. By the next week we will start conducting the mock interviews. Okay, once if we reach 1k subscribers, the next whenever if I purchase that particular Zoom application, and I need to configure that to our YouTube application, so that we can continue with our mock interviews on every weekend. Before that every weekend I am going to conducting the live sessions on daily basis. whenever I am available. Before that only I will let you know all people whether there is session or not today, or whether there is session or not today, tomorrow also and day after tomorrow also. Please try to interact with me. At the same time, please communicate with me via YouTube community posts or comment sections, anything it will be. Okay, yeah. So with this, I think I discussed about software testing principles. Before that, I mentioned there is some certificate to be done, that is called as International Software Testing Qualification Board. In this, while doing this certification, again we have three levels. The first level here is foundation level, the next level here is advanced level, the next level here is manager level. If you have this ISTQB certificate with you, it will be easy for you to select for any company, because the people who are holding this certificate, the companies is going to most prefer. Okay, those are having the more chances to get a job quickly. Okay, that's why I'm suggesting you all, please try to go and complete this certification. Okay, and also later I discussed about software testing principles or best testing methods or best practices. So here I discussed about the first principle, that is called as exhaustive testing. Then later I discussed about the defect clustering, and then I discussed about the next one, that is called as pesticide paradox. And then I discussed about one more principle, that is called as early testing. Later I discussed about testing is application dependent and testing is situation dependent, that is our sixth principle. And then I discussed about testing should be show presence of defects, and the last one here is absence of defects or errors is a false testing. These are all the 8 software testing principles are there, where every tester have to know before going for attending any interviews or before going to start their sessions. Okay, sorry, before going to start their preparations. Okay, so these are the different software testing principles we have in our software testing concepts. So now I will go to software development life cycle, the which I have mentioned for today agenda. This part I am going to cover now. Once it got completed, we will end this session. You can see now I am going to cover these concepts now, but I am not going to explain each and every model fully, because waterfall model and V model I have already uploaded in our YouTube channel as a video type, not from the live session. And also I have discussed about agile model in detail with taking 2 sessions. Okay, please try to watch those videos so that you will understand it fully. Okay, now I will tell you what is what about this waterfall model, V model and rad model, spiral model, prototype model, agile model. But if you want to more information along with the examples, there are some videos which I have already made. Please go through all those videos so that you will easily understand the concept what we are going to discuss now. Okay, so first here, what is software development life cycle? Okay, what is software development life cycle? For example, if I want to there is some customer is there, he came up with some application to be developed as per his requirements. Okay, before going to develop that particular application, we need to follow some phases. Okay, so those phases we can consider here as software development life cycle, SDLC, software development life cycle. This one, and STLC, software testing life cycle. These two are the very important concepts for each and every tester, whether he is a fresher or whether he is a experienced candidate, whether the experienced candidate is having more than 6 years of experience or not, that does not matter. This is the basic question for each and every testers during their interviews. It does not matter whether that is a fresher, that candidate is experienced, it is having more than 6 years or 7 years or 8 years, but the basic question will be these two only. The first question here is what is SDLC model and what are the different types of models we have. At the same time, what is STLC, that is called as software testing life cycle. These two are the two different interview questions for each and every tester while attending for any interviews. It does not matter whether you are a fresher or whether you are a experienced candidate. So please try to understand, guys. Please try to understand the concept what I'm going to discuss now. Okay, guys, are you okay? I'm speaking very louder or not? Please let me know. I will because I'm sitting alone now in my room, so that's why I'm speaking like this. If it is causing something for you, please let me know. I will try to reduce my way of speaking with you guys. Please, guys. Okay, let me have some water. Before that, before starting this SDLC model, if you have any questions, please let me know from the live chat. I will reply back to you. Okay, please, guys, please respond. Not only manual, if you have any questions so far or about this session, any kind of questions you can ask, no issues. We can discuss for 2 to 3 minutes because I'm continuously speaking, right? I'm feeling thirsty. Okay, that's why. Please try to understand. If you have any questions, please ask me in the live chat. No issues. Okay, please. Come on, guys. No questions so far. Raghavendra, GK, Mr. BJ, Samir, anyone. Anyone, you can ask me any questions if you have before moving to our SDLC model. Okay, please ask. Please feel free to ask me from the live chat, guys. Your response will really helps me a lot to know new things as well. Okay, please try to do that. Okay, please, guys. Is one company follow different frameworks or same for mobile webs? Or same for mobile web? What exactly, GK? I'm not understanding. I understood still different frameworks or same. That's it. For mobile web means for mobile applications, for web applications, right? You are expecting, right? That is what you are expecting, GK. Up to my knowledge, what I understood here is you are asking there are mobile application and web application are there. These two are having different frameworks or not, you are asking, right? Yes, obviously these two are two different applications. The first one is web application and mobile application. These two are two different application. These two will have two different approach for testing from automation point of view. If I am testing web application means I can follow any one of the framework which are available in the market. At the same time, if I am doing this mobile application means mobile application testing means there are some tools where we need to configure, that is APM tool and many tools are there. Okay, with the help of those we can do this mobile application testing as well. Okay, so now let me discuss about software development lifecycle models. Okay, so let me open my notepad again. I will show you. Okay, let me save this one. Defect clustering, right? So far we entered defect clustering. We discussed about defect clustering so far, right? Yes, we discussed about already defect clustering. So that image I am currently saving now into my local machine. So that's why you are not able to see my paint app. Okay, let me save to desktop. Okay, save to desktop. So now let me open one new paint here, file, new. Okay, let me paint. Okay, now it is notepad plus plus. Now you are able to see my paint application. Okay, so here software development life cycle, which means there are various software development approaches which are defined and also which are designed. Ants, where are these ants? Ants are coming from where? One second, guys. There are many ants. ants coming. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so here SDLC. Okay, the concept here is software development life cycle. Okay, software development life cycle, this is our concept now. Software development life cycle models. Okay, software development life cycle model or SDLC model, STLC model, these two are the most important concepts for every tester. Okay, projects will follow these two models, that is SDLC and STLC. Okay, here software development models means there are some we can perform some various software development approaches and also various software development approaches for designing, which are which are used during the development process of a software. Okay, this there are various software development approaches which are defined and designed during the development process of a software. These approaches also we can call it as software development process model. Suppose if I want to develop some project, means there is some process to be followed, right? So that process will be coming from this software development life cycle only. That is called as, during this software development there are various stages where this project is going to be developed. With the help of these phases only, it is going to deliver to that particular customer. That is about the software development models. Okay, which means there are various activities will taken during the development of an application. So that is about the software development life cycle model. The definition here is nothing. What is software development life cycle here means there are various software development approaches defined and designed which are going to used during the development of an application or a software. That is about the software development life cycle definition. That is about the definition for software development process. There should be some process to be followed before going to develop any application and before going to deliver to client. Okay, that model is called as software development model. So here we have, I will let me draw, there are different phases. As I said, the first phase here is, before going to develop any application, first phase here is what we will do. What is the first phase here? Gathering the requirements, right? The first thing here is gathering the requirements. From whom we will get? From the client we are getting the gathering the requirements phase. During this phase, okay, this is for gathering requirements. Okay, this is for gathering requirements. In the same way, we have one more phase that is called as planning. Okay, based upon the requirements we are going to plan. So here planning means roadmap. Okay, the scope of testing. Okay, the scope of testing we have to plan in this particular, which one? Software development life cycle model. Okay, under planning phase we need to consider this one. Okay, we need to consider this planning phase as well. Okay, and also during this planning what we will do, first we will make some roadmap, and also we will decide the scope of testing, and also we need to hire resources, how many resources want. Okay, and also we need to mention the test deliverables also, and also we have to schedule our work as well. So particularly before this time we are going to complete this project. Okay, so here test deliverable means whatever the application developed till now, so those we are going to make some documentation part, and also we are going to plan for some resources, with how many resources we are going to start to build this application properly, and also there is some test approach. Okay, we will discuss about all these things in our, which one? Planning phase. Okay, we will discuss about all this during our planning phase. So first phase here is gathering the requirements. Okay, gathering requirements, right? Gathering requirements is our first phase. Okay, gathering requirements is our first phase, right? Gathering requirements. Okay, So let me take this back to here. Gathering requirements is our first phase, then followed by, as I said, planning is our next phase. As I said, planning is our next phase. So during this planning phase, what we will do, first we will plan for scope of testing, what to test and what not to test. Then the next phase here is sorry, the same planning we are going to plan for test approach, the procedure. Okay, what to test first and what to test next, and what when to stop and when to start. So these are all we are going to plan, which means test approach. Then what is our next approach, what is our next plan during this planning phase? That is resources, how many resources I want to use for this completion of this project. So then in the same planning phase we are going to check for test deliverables also. So once got completed, we are going to deliver it to the client in the form of documents, okay, and also in the form of application as well. Once that is done, we have one more plan, that is called work schedule. I want to complete this project in a particular time before next year ending, for example. That is also we need to consider, which means it will comes under work schedules. Okay, so these and all we are going to plan inside this planning phase. That is about planning phase. So once that is done, what is our next phase? Designing phase. So during this phase, okay, during this phase, that project architecture is coming to picture, and he will draw some ERD diagrams and data diagrams to give some high level design and low level design. Again, this design got divided into two types. The first design here is high level design and low level design. Okay, that is called as design phase. Okay, that is called as design phase. What is called as this one? This is called as design phase. Okay, this is called as design phase. Okay, this is called as design phase, we can call it as design phase. Okay, so then once design got completed, who will design this one? The project architecture or system architecture is coming to picture, and he will draw some ERD diagrams and data diagrams. Based upon those diagrams only, then what is the next phase? Based upon the design provided by the project architecture, the developers is going to start their development of application. Okay, they will start the development of application with their code. That will comes under the coding phase. That will comes under here. That is called as coding phase. Okay, that is called as coding. Okay, that is called as code or coding, anything will be fine. Okay, this is our next phase. So once this is done, so after developer, what we will do? We are going to test, we are going to perform our testing approaches here. Okay, load testing or UI testing, performance testing, functional testing, system testing, any kind of testing we are going to mention under which phase? Under testing phase. The phase is called as testing phase. Once testing got completed, so then the next phase here is delivery and maintenance. Okay, then the next phase here is what one? Delivery and maintenance, right? Delivery and maintenance. Delivery and maintenance and maintenance. Okay, delivery and maintenance. Are you able to see my screen, right? Guys, please, are you able to understand this this point or not? Please let me know. Okay, which will be followed by one after the other. Okay, likewise sequential way. Or else what I will do, I will draw directly this one instead of adding for each and everything. It will be like this. Okay, so first gathering the requirements from the client. Based upon the requirements, planning will be happen under planning phase. During this planning, scope of testing. Okay, what to test, what not to test, what to test, when to test, and all will comes under planning phase. That is scope of testing. What to test, what not to be tested. Test approach, there is some process to be followed. What to test first, what to test next, when to stop the testing, when to start the process, not testing. Okay, so then what is our next one? Resources, how many resources required to complete this project. So after that test deliverables will come, after that work schedules will come. So here work schedule means at what time we are going to complete this project. at what time we are going to complete the testing of this particular project. Okay, so these will discuss under planning phase. So after planning phase completed, what is our next phase here? Design phase. So during this design, this project architecture will come into picture, and he will draw some diagrams. Based upon that, this developer is going to start his coding part, that is called as coding phase. So once that is done, tester will come, and this tester will perform all types of testings when as per the requirements. If we want to test UI testing or system testing or functional testing or non-functional or load testing or performance testing, any kind of testing will be carried on which phase? Testing phase. Once that is done, maintenance phase will come, delivery and maintenance. Okay, maintenance will phase will come, that is delivery and maintenance is our last phase in our SDLC model. Okay, during this delivery and maintenance, we are going to deliver this to production environment, that is live environment. Okay, so this is about SDLC model, and also we have different types of models here under SDLC models. This is how that project from starting to another, this is the process to be followed. Okay, come on guys, if you, yeah, what is maintenance exactly in SDLC and SDLC also, what we are doing there? Yeah, definitely. So here software, the name it is telling development. Okay, it will tell about the whole process of that particular project till development. Okay, till testing part. Once everything got completed from requirements till testing, so everything is okay means, then it is going to maintenance, and also it is going for deliverable. To whom? Particular customer. Okay, if it is maintenance means, so we will first keep inside the production where we are going to support that one. Okay, so first we need to analyze that one. Once completed, developed fully, testing fully, we are not going to give directly to the client. Before that, we have to keep in for support for some duration. We need to test on our production environments. Okay, so based upon the results, if everything is okay, then only we are going to deliver it to the client. That will we can call it as deliverable. Okay, maintenance means we are not delivered yet, that is still with us only. During this, we are going to run that application multiple times to find out if there are any issues or not. And also, once if we delivered means, we need to provide some maintenance support as well to the customer. If we got any issues, then he will immediately come and ask to us, I am getting this error. So during that time, which will be in delivery state only and or maintenance state only. Okay, yeah, I will tell you in clear way. So here there are two terms, right? Last phase, that is delivery and maintenance. Okay, before going to the delivery, okay, I am telling in delivery only. Suppose you are in delivery phase. Okay, delivery phase, during this delivery phase, our whatever the developed product is there, it is going to support. I mean, we have to test it multiple times, that entire application is working properly or not. Based upon that only, I mean, there is some time duration. So during these months or 6 months or 5 months, I need to make this product under maintenance, means our team only analyzing whether it is properly working fine or not. If that is working fine, then only that is going to be delivered to the actual client. Okay, delivered forms to the customers. Okay, delivered forms to the customers during our delivery phase. That is about delivery and maintenance phase here. Okay, before directly giving this product without doing some analysis, then there was noise. So before that only we need to maintain. Okay, we need to maintenance, we need to have some maintenance part here. So during that maintenance part, we need to analyze whether everything is working fine or not. If we are keeping it for maintenance, means that should be in production support environment only, production environment only, where the team is keep on analyzing the results. Once everything is okay, then only that is going to deliver to the customer. Maintenance and delivery, okay, not delivery and maintenance, maintenance and delivery you can consider it as, that is our last phase. Okay, once testing got completed, it will move to the maintenance part, so where we are going to analyze for some duration. If everything is okay, then we are going to give it to the client along with the documents as well. From starting, when we begin, right, from gathering the requirements phase, we are maintaining some documents for all the phases, so we need to give that documentation part as well. For this month of duration we worked on this part, for this month of duration we worked on this part. So likewise, how many years they have agreed with that particular company, they need to mention all those in a documentation part. At the final stage during delivery, this team is hand over that particular product to the customer along with the documents what they did so far to achieve that product fully. Okay, so here again, software development models have divided into two types. Okay, so let me show you from the paint only. Okay, let me show you from the paint only. So here again, this software development, okay, it is not that one, huh? Yeah, this software development model is again divided into two types. It is again divided into two types. The first model here is which one? Incremental model. Okay, the first model here is incremental model. Okay, that is called as incremental model. Okay, then the next one here is sequential model. Sequential models, or sequential models only we can mention because we have few models are there. Okay, incremental models and sequential models. So here, what is sequential models here? Okay, what is sequential models here? What is sequential models? Sequential models are well suitable for developing small size of projects. Okay, these sequential models, first I will discuss about sequential models, and then I will discuss about incremental models. Okay, I will discuss about incremental models. Okay, no issues. Okay, first I will discuss about sequential model, later we will discuss about incremental models. So here, what is sequential models? Okay, sequential models are well suitable for developing small size of projects. Okay, sequential models are well suitable for developing the small size of projects. Okay, note it down. Sequential models are well suitable for developing the small size of project. Okay, so after that, in sequential models, all development activities are implemented step by step for the entire project. In sequential model, all the development activities are carried out or implemented step by step for the entire project. Step by step for the entire project. Okay, so here, what are the best models under sequential model? Means that is waterfall model and view model are the best examples of sequential models. Okay, so here for sequential models, what are the best examples? The first one here is waterfall model and view model. These two models are the best examples for sequential model and sorry, waterfall model and view model, right? Okay, waterfall and V model. These two models are the best examples for which models? Sequential models. So sequential models are well suitable for developing the small size of project. In sequential models, all the development activities are carried or implemented step by step for the entire project. Okay, best examples here is waterfall model and V model are the best examples for sequential models. Okay, these two are the best examples for sequential models. So next we will discuss about the incremental models here. What is incremental models here? Incremental models are very well suitable for developing big size of projects. Okay, incremental models are well suitable for developing of big size of projects. Okay, incremental models are the well suitable models for developing the big size of project. Okay, incremental models are well suitable for developing the big size of project, whereas sequential models are well suitable for developing the small size of project. Again, sequential models are clarified into two types, or best examples for sequential model here is waterfall model and V model. When you come to incremental models are well suitable for developing the big size of projects. The best examples for incremental models here is which one? RAD model, spiral model, prototype model, agile model. Okay, the best examples for incremental model here is rapid application development model, that is RAD model, spiral model, prototype model and agile model. These two are the best models, okay, before developing any project. That will comes under software development life cycle models. Okay, these two are the best examples for SDLC models. Okay, here let me write for best examples of incremental models. Okay, best examples of incremental models. Are you able to see my screen properly, right? Okay, yeah, perfect, no issues. Let me give an example for these incremental models as well. Okay, incremental models as well, that is first one is RAD model, that is rapid application development model. Then the next one here is spiral model. Then the next one is prototype model. Then the next one here is agile model. Okay, these four are the best examples for incremental models. The first model here is what? Rapid application development model. Okay, that is called as, that is also called as RAD. Okay, RAD model. Okay, also called as RAD model. Then what is our next model here? Spiral model. What is our next model? Spiral, spiral model, spiral model. After that, what is our next model here? Which one? Prototype. Okay, prototype model. Okay, then the last one here is which model? Under incremental model we have, that is agile model. These four are the best examples for increment models, where these incremental models are very well suitable for developing of big projects, whereas if you come to sequential models, these sequential models are well suitable for developing of small size of projects. The best examples for sequential models here is waterfall model and V model. The best examples for incremental models here is rapid application development model or RAD model and spiral model, and the third one here is prototype model, and the last one here is agile model. These two are the two different models where every project is going to be followed before going to develop the actual product. Okay, this is about SDLC models. Okay, this is about SDLC models. So for all these, what is waterfall model and what is agile model, what is V model, what is rapid application development model and what is spiral model, I have already covered all these models in detail, in a clear way, in a brief way. I have already uploaded videos which are regarding to these models, so please go through all those videos where I have uploaded earlier in our channel, so that you will get more information. If you come to this agile model, I have already made two live sessions in detail where I have discussed about each and everything by comparing with the waterfall model. Why nowadays every project is following agile model and what are the advantages compared to waterfall model if you are using agile model. I mentioned clearly each and every point, so please go through those videos as well. You will get more information. I am not going to discuss much about these models what I shown you currently. Okay, this is about incremental models and sequential models. and these two are from which model? That is called as software development lifecycle model. As I mentioned, inside our software development lifecycle model, what exactly we are using it for? Okay, the purpose of software development lifecycle means if I want to develop some application, there I have to follow some process, there I have to follow some approaches before going to start or build our project, right? So that's why first we need to follow these phases. The first phase here is gathering the requirements. Okay, after that, planning the scope of testing. Okay, the scope of testing, when to go, when to stop, when to start, what to test, what not to test, and also resources planning, and also work deliverables, and also there are many planning techniques where I have discussed so far. In that we have test deliverables and also test approach, scope of testing, work schedules, test deliverables. That these are the five terms which will comes under planning phase. Once that is done, what is our next phase? That is design phase. Here project architecture will come into picture. He will draw some diagrams in the form of ERD diagrams or data diagrams. So based upon that only, this next phase, that is code phase or coding phase, so where developer is going to write his source code. Once the development of source code is completed, then testing phase will come. During this testing, as a tester, as per the requirements, I can perform any kind of testing technique, whether it will be system testing, whether it will be performance, whether it will be UI, whether it will load, any kind of testings we are going to conduct on testing phase. After that, once testing got completed, we are going to the next phase, that is called as maintenance and delivery. In this maintenance phase, after completion of testing, we are going to put our product into some production or support environment. So there we are going to analyze that application for certain period of time. For example, for 6 months it is under maintenance only. Once if it is working fine in maintenance, there are no issues, then the next one here is delivery. Okay, based upon the output we are getting during our maintenance phase, we are going to deliver to the customer along with the deliverable documents. From so far, from gathering the requirements, we need to follow some documentation approach. Okay, when we start this development, when we start the development that module, so those and all requirements we are going, those and all information we are going to keep inside some documents. At the time of delivery, we are giving these documents to the customer along with the product. Okay, this is all about software development lifecycle model and its phases. These are the two best examples for this SDLC model, incremental and sequential. And also I have provided you the examples, what are the different examples for sequential and what are the different examples for incremental models. If you want to find out more information about waterfall model and agile model, you can go to our channel and you can find with the key search called as waterfall model Selenium Tech Automation, agile model Selenium Tech Automation. I have already discussed on last week Vinayak Chaturthi when it happened, August 31st, right? So on that day, I conducted a live session regarding Agile, which is consisting of two parts: testing Agile methodology part 1, Agile methodology part 2. At the same time, I have discussed already about Agile Scrum framework at high level. So where I discussed about product owner, where I discussed about Scrum Master, where I discussed about Scrum meeting, where I discussed about retrospective meeting, where I discussed about sprint planning meeting, where I discussed about remaining part. Okay, if you want to find all those, there is already dedicated videos especially for you people who are looking to start their career from software test engineering. Our channel will helps you a lot. Okay, any other questions guys, please ask from the live chat. Come on guys, if you have any questions, so please ask me from the live chat, which will be helpful for me. I hope it came to end for this till this point. Okay, I have discussed each and everything in a clear way. Okay, again let me show you my notepad plus plus application. So what are the concepts we have discussed so far, I am going to show you. Okay, so here you can see. Okay, here you can see first. Okay, yesterday we have discussed, sorry, let me copy that entire part where I have discussed. One second guys, let me open my notepad application. Okay, so yeah, let me paste it here, notepad plus plus, by taking one new document, one new. Okay, so this is our part 1 about yesterday session, that is part 01, when it happened 09 09 2022, right, 09 2022, where I discussed about the below concepts you can see here. Okay, so I explained you each and everything in a clear way with clear examples. So later today we discussed about this one. Okay, today agenda is this one, software testing principles we have already covered today. At the same time we have covered SDLC models, sequential models and incremental models. Okay, so these are the concepts where we discussed today. But if time permits, for today evening session I will discuss very small time about these models in a brief way. I am not going to discuss particularly by taking some time, but I will explain you the definitions or what exactly these models are doing. Okay, which will helps you at least. If not, you can go to directly our channel and search for the videos what you are looking, which are related to waterfall model and agile model, where I have explained in a clear way along with the examples each and every line. Okay, please go through that video, and also please subscribe to my channel if you are new to here, and also please share, yeah, please share all our videos to your friends or colleagues. Okay, so that they will also learn the concepts what we discussed so far, and also what we are going to discuss in upcoming live sessions as well. Okay, if anyone have any questions, please feel free to ping in the live chat before going to end this session. Again we will connect with again we will connect on today evening session at 7:30 or 6:30 p.m. Okay, so any questions you can ask GK or Baji or Mr. B, yeah, Mr. BJ or Raghavendra or GK, any other Samir. Okay, thank you so much for all your love and support who participated for today's live session. Please guys, yeah, I asked about mobile and web application. It's like we have same customers both web and application, then we have to create today or no, we have to create two different frameworks, GK, because mobile testing is different, completely different compared to the web application testing. We each and every, like, for web application having its own frameworks, for mobile application testing having its own tools to perform that mobile testing. Okay, same customer only, but when we came to the testing, right, here we need to use it differently. There is some team who will do web application testing, there is there is one team who will do mobile application testing. Okay, but the same customer only for these two, with two different frameworks or with two different tools or technologies where they can use it for. Okay, so any other questions, GK? Thank you so much, thank you so much. I am really appreciating the questions what you are asking, so that remaining people will also understand. Okay, thank you so much guys. Please drop a like if you like the stream. Also please guys, your support requires more here. Okay, please. So I hope today's session will helps you at least 1 to 5% as per my knowledge. Remaining you can, yeah. Thank you so much, thank you so much GK, thank you so much. Please visit our channel for daily live sessions, where you can find lots of useful information which will really helps you a lot. Please, please guys, our channel require only 160 subscribers to reach 1k subscribers. So please, let's make it happen on before next week ending. Yeah, thank you so much, GK, keep it up. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much man, thank you so much. I am really appreciating you. Okay, yeah, any other questions, GK? If not, we can end this stream and we will connect again on today evening session at 6:30 or 7:30. Okay, please. please try to attend, but please check our channel after 6:30. Most probably we will connect at 7:30 or 7 p.m. Okay, we can set it to 7 p.m. today live session. Okay, the continuation part. Okay, so the next upcoming sessions you will see more concepts from manual testing. Okay, I am planning to complete by tomorrow end of the day this manual testing part. By Monday I will take automation testing fully. Okay, because everyone have to know before going for automation what exactly this manual testing. That is the main intention from my side, what I put on myself, to aware you people, the people who know about the testing concepts. Yeah, sure, GK. Thank you so much for the confirmation. And also, I would like to thankful for the people who are in the current live session and the people who already came and who dropped off in the middle. I am really thankful for each and everyone. Thank you so much for your support and love and patience and asking the doubts and clarification from my side. I am really appreciating. Okay, and also I am thankful for especially GK and Mr. BJ. Thank you so much, guys, to make this session successfully ending. Okay, yeah, thank you so much, GK. We will connect on today evening at 7 p.m. again with the rest of the concepts from manual concepts. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone. I am going to end this stream. Until then, take care, everyone. Have a nice day. Happy weekend. We will connect on evening session at 7 p.m. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. BJ. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, I am really appreciating. So once our channel reach 1K subscribers, then next I'm going to conducting the mock interviews. Till then, please support the channel. Okay, again I am requesting. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Okay, go and have your lunch. We will connect on evening and take some small sleep, at least for 2 to 3 hours before connecting the session, so that you will feel some freshness about your mind. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, bye. Thank you so much, guys.